Hey, my normies and non-normies, how are you doing? Buenos dias, buenas noches, buenas tardes, buen carajo, whatever time it is where you are by the time I post this, so y'all listen to this, because y'all know I'm still not 100% consistent yet. I'm still trying to get there, but the struggles of life and my mental health just, they be having me question myself sometimes and question my content and question what I'm doing or just question things in general, and just makes it a little bit hard for me to stay on track. But I got to finally listen to the voice notes. Anchor didn't give me a notification, or I didn't see it that I had voice notes, and I think they came in right on time. Even though they were sent to me 3 days ago, I was in a low vibration this morning. I don't know why, and I woke up with a bipolar mood this morning, and I don't know why. I already put her back there that you see in a bad mood, not meaning to, but the OCD like kicked in, and then the bipolar got triggered, and I was just like, these dishes, I can't do these dishes. These dishes need to be clean. I'm tired of these dishes. I don't know why. Like, why? Because I literally had just only woken up and gone to the bathroom, so there really was like no need for me to be already in a triggered state. But I don't know. It happens sometimes. That's part of having mental health. It's a part of it. And I can say that I listened to the voice notes right on time because they actually brought up my vibration, and I I appreciate them honestly, because I've had this platform since January of 2021, and I've had the podcast probably around about the same time, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I know the blog came first, and I hardly paid the blog any attention, and that's not a good thing. But I need to get back on my blog too. But I've had this podcast for that long, and I don't. Sorry, I my ADHD, and I got sidetracked in my head and unfocused, and I was literally going into my head forgetting that I was talking to you guys. But I was in my thoughts like, dude, focus. But what was I saying? So yeah, I listened to the voice notes like literally right on time, cuz thank you. Like, for real. Thank you for letting me know I was not wrong. Thank you for being the only one to let me know that I was not wrong. It just sucks when it comes to family, because you really don't know if what you're doing is right or wrong. And then, to be a buck, I was raised a certain way by my grandparents and a certain way by my mother. So, and they contradict each other. And I really go with how my grandparents installed in me. And because of that, like me being the only child, it's kind of difficult for me not doing what I was taught. You feel me? Like, in our culture and in my family, you don't leave family. No matter what they do to you, you're supposed to stick it through, and you're supposed to suck it up. But a person can only take but so much of being stepped on, and so much of being spit on, and so much of being told that they're never gonna do anything or amount to anything, or a person gets fed up with no support. And it comes to a point in time where you have to pick and choose who's more important. You, the values that were installed in you, or the people who are causing the harm. And normally I was always the bite my tongue, don't say anything, because I know my tongue is lethal. Keep my emotions and my feelings to myself. Don't don't let it out there. Like, just hold on to it, no matter how hurt I was, no matter how angry I was. I was always the one to hold everything in, because nobody cared. You know? Nobody in my household cared about my feelings and my emotions and what I went through and what I go through. Because if they did, they would actually know that what I say is legit and it's real. But they didn't, and they still don't take the time. And it's all about whatever the woman says. Like, who made her God? Who made her God? Because the last that I checked, she's not God. So I don't be understanding how her word is like gold. Like, I really don't. But it's whatever. So, where's your Crocs? Put your Crocs on, please. So, I just I wasn't sure if I was wrong. Because sometimes I will let the bipolar and the PTSD and the depression, you know, show how I'm going to show up and react to a situation. And I'd be trying not to. That's why, like, I had worked so hard now. Because this was 2 years ago with the story that I told you guys. And when I asked you guys if I was wrong, that was 2 years ago that had happened. And that's when I was going to end up in a psych ward. And I was really just trying to work on me, mentally being present for my children, and me mentally being there for my children and making better decisions and better choices and not letting the actions of other people affect me in a negative way. You know, that's what I was trying to do. So as my family member, I thought that person would be understanding to say, all right, you know what? Take the time that you need. Like, this is not a rush. Homeboy's not, and if he does die, then oh well. Like, if I get an inheritance, then oh well. And if I don't, then oh well. Like, so the whole way I've been treated my whole life doesn't merit me to get any payback? Like, I barely saw this man ever. I barely spent time with this man. This man only met 2 of my kids, and that's because I showed up at his doorstep. Because I showed up at his doorstep so I can at least tell my kids, you met your grandfather once. And that's my 2 oldest, because I didn't have a young one back then. So, like, my whole life has been, well, whenever you move out of your mother's house, let me know. Then when that did happen, he still had no contact with me. So you cannot say that that woman was the reason why you had no contact with your child. And if he ever had a doubt that I was his child, my theory will still stay the same. You had, when I turned 18 years old, to say, hey, I have doubts that you are my child. Do you mind taking a DNA test with me just so I can have my peace of mind? Me being 18, I'm legal enough. She can't say anything. She can't control it, okay? So I could have went and did whatever to keep your peace of mind. But not wait till I'm 27 and have your wife ask me for a freaking DNA test when I write out and reach out to ask for help. She's the one that responds back instead of you, because she opened my letter that I sent to you. I didn't send to her. And basically comes at me, like, and then I get reached years later. This was when I was 27. She asked me for the DNA test after I wrote him a letter. I wrote him a letter. She caused me to ask me for a DNA test. Ain't you man enough to ask me for it yourself? Because you the one that slept with my mama, not your wife. So, like, come on. Like, for real. Like, seriously. Like, come on. And then you got my cousin, my blood cousin, pushing because my father's wife is her godmother. So she's pushing to try to resolve this for her, not taking my needs and my wants into consideration. Everybody thinks I'm a money-hungry person. I am not my mother. Money don't make happiness. I'm a proof of that, because she gave me everything I needed physically, but not emotionally, not mentally. I never had the love of a mother. Yeah, I had clothes. Yes, I had shoes. Yes, I had a canopy bed. I had a computer. I had a Nintendo. She was a provider. She gave, but did not give herself, which is what I needed. I needed a mother to be there for me, to hold me, to tell me things were going to be okay, to love me. But no, I didn't have that. All the material in the world don't mean shit to me. Where's that material now? Okay, where's that material now? It's nowhere. I don't have any of it. So I'd rather have memories than anything else. I'd rather have a parent than anything else. Which is why for my kids, I try to do that, and I try to be that. You know, whenever my kids will ask me for something, this is, you know, before we've gotten into the situation these last 4 years I'm still trying to get out of. But in the past, when my kids would ever ask me for something, I would tell them, hey, if you want it, that means mommy has to go work more hours so that she can get it for you. I have no problem doing that. But that just means that mommy is not going to be here as much as she is, because I have to pick up those hours so that I can get you what you're asking for. So the choice is up to you. If you want it, be prepared for me to be a little more absent, because I have to go work those hours. If you just want the time with me, then just let me know and we'll do something together. We'll spend time together. We'll go out and we'll do whatever. My kids would normally opt for spending the time with me more than anything. They were always like, mommy, we just want time with you. It's okay, I don't want that. I mean, I would still try to bust my butt to get it, because a lot of the stuff that they asked me for, I still did get. it wouldn't be right then and there. It'd probably take me a little bit longer, but I would end up getting it, slowly putting the money to the side and then buying it, so that not only did they get the time with me, but they still ended up getting what they were asking for. It may have been a couple of months down the line, but they got it and they were extremely happy with it. Didn't matter how long it took for me to get it, because they got to get the time with me and they got to get the item that they asked for. So that's how I raised my kids. Yes, I can give you all the material in the world that you want, but at the end of the day, where them Jordans at? Where that game system at? Where's that material at? The only thing we're going to take with us wherever we go is our memories. And that's why I'd rather build as many memories as possible. But these last 4 years, I haven't been able to build any memories with my kids, because I'm trying to get my own shit together. And I'm trying to get my own mental health in a stable place. Like, if I could take the person that I was back then with a stable mind, even though I was not living my truth, and bring her in now, I'd be able to function better. But I would still have to process everything about the wheelchair and everything about my legs, and that's just a part of my life that I'm still stuck at. And I'm still stuck at it because of the situation that we're in. I don't have the freedom to attempt to do things and see how it goes. But the voice notes brought me comfort. They did. And they gave me support, and thank you a lot for loving my kids, even though you don't know them. Thank you for loving me, even though you don't know me. And thank you for being a virtual sis and a virtual auntie, like you just said in your voice notes. I definitely appreciate that, because we don't have family. We don't. So right now, the only family that we have is my platforms, and they don't even embrace all the, you know what I'm saying? So, that leaves a person that already feels like they don't have anybody that has their back. You okay? So why are you walking around like that? Like, you're not okay. So, yeah, so, I don't know. I appreciate it. It really does, provide... Is my slide coming apart? No. It really does provide support. I'm not used to it. I'm really not used to receiving support. I suck at it. I'm trying to be more receptive with it, and I'm trying to be more open to it. But I just don't trust anybody because of my life. Everyone that I have trusted has always let me down. Or they say they'll be there, or they say they love us and they support us, or they say we can count on them, whether it be as listening ears or just somebody to to vibe with. But then everybody goes ghost and they disappear, or it wasn't what they said they were, what I'm saying? And then it's back to square one again, and life just becomes a little bit harder than what it should be. But I am trying to do the best that I can in my situation. I am trying to do the best that I can without support. I am trying to do the best that I can with a limited income. I don't know why I want to cry right now, and I'm trying not to, and I really don't know why I want to cry right now. And the tears are going to come anyways, and I don't know why, and this is frustrating because apparently I'm going through something right now, and I don't know what it is or why, and it's just throwing me off a little bit, and it's just making it harder for me to stay on task and stay focused. It just sucks. It just sucks. It just sucks that we don't get seen for who we are, and we don't get loved for who we are. And we damn sure as hell don't get appreciated for who we are. So when there is some support and some love, it just kind of makes you wonder, how can a complete stranger back you up and have your back and be there, but those that known you forever can just throw you in a dumpster like you're nothing? Like you're nobody. Like you don't mean anything. And don't get me wrong, like I know there's a lot of jealousy when it comes to me because I speak my mind. I don't allow myself, well, not anymore, to get walked over. I used to be that submissive person just because I thought that was the only way I was going to get love. Just because I thought that was the only way I was going to get appreciated, or that was the only way that I was going to be cared for, or anything. Like, so yeah, I used to be submissive. I used to just go with the flow and not complain, or just cry in my room and not say anything to anybody. And I still got misunderstood. I still got misunderstood. So if that was the case, I could have just been the bitch that I wanted to be then. So if you gonna call me a bitch, then you have a whole valid reason for me to call you to call me a bitch. Because nobody in my family is perfect. Okay, nobody in my family is perfect. So I don't know who in their right mind think that they God to justify the way that they do us, or the way that they're trying to do us. But I left and I cut all ties so that we couldn't be done so wrong, so that we couldn't be stepped on, so that my kids like. I'm sorry, y'all. Just like the other day, my daughter was telling me how when my mother used to take her with her to like Florida or Puerto Rico, how everybody would question what type of parent I was because of the things that she was saying to them. And they would sit there and question her. Did your mother do this? Did your mother do that? Does your mother leave you so she can party? And you know what's the sad part is? Nobody ever called to ask me if anything was legit. Nobody ever called to ask me anything. You know, at the time I was trying to work 2 jobs. One I was working at the shelter, and the other one I was working at Toys R Us. And I barely left my daughter with her. I would leave her with the boys that I called my brother because they helped us when we found out her situation. There's a lot of my story that I have not spoken about because it's kind of hard to. It'll put more mental pressure on me, so I'm not mentally ready yet. I'm not mentally ready yet to speak upon it. So when I get stronger, like hopefully I'll be able to, you know, talk about a lot of the stuff so that you guys can have a better understanding. But as of now, it's kind of like I can only give what I know I can take. You know what I'm saying? So I give bits and pieces here or there of what I know I can do, but I was working 2 jobs. I was literally sometimes leaving one job for the next job with not enough time to arrive to the next job. So it's not like I was out there clubbing or partying. I was doing what I needed to do for my child. At that time, I only had one. So I was doing what I needed to do for my child. And that made me a bad parent. Like, are you kidding me? You left me alone all the time with nobody to watch me so you can go work. I had to raise myself. At least I had people watching her and entertaining her and making sure she was safe and okay. And she never had to cook for herself. Somebody was cooking for her, not like me. I had to cook for you and myself. Like, even talking to my sister, she refreshed my memory on how many times me and her, we were trying to chill, watching TV, just bugging, just having, you know, a good time together. And my mother would be yelling from upstairs to get up and cook her a 4-course meal. Because she wanted a full-course meal. Meat, like rice, and potato salad, or corn, because the only vegetable she ate was corn. Or steak and potatoes, or like, I always had to cook a full-course meal. And this is like at the age of 8, 9, 10 years old. Nobody should be really cooking at that age when you have a parent that could do it. But no, I was the one doing it. Like, and then I didn't really have a relationship with my father to begin with. And I remember one time she came and she was like, well, your dad's coming so we can talk, so you have to cook dinner. Why do I have to cook dinner? I didn't invite him. I didn't tell him to come for dinner. No, I didn't invite him. Can you? I'm trying to record. I'm trying to record. Why don't you worry about what you're doing, Lyrical, and stop worrying about Koa? Because you were the one that just interrupted my recording, not Koa. This is another reason why I really don't post content like that, because when I be trying to get into my serious conversation so I can let things go and show you guys, like, my kids just don't respect what I try to do, and it just adds on to my mental health, and it adds on to my frustration, because I be forgetting what I'm saying and I'm trying to let it go. Like, I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, why did I have to cook if he was the one that, if she was the one that invited him over for dinner? Like, why did I have to get up and cook a full course meal for two parents that don't even appreciate their child? Like, that was so fucking wrong. And then to sit there and having to listen to them have a conversation about a kid that y'all neglect, both of you. So I might as well not even be at that table. There was no point in me even being around. Y'all both neglected this kid. Y'all both ignored this kid. Y'all both did not love this person. And I had to cook the meals so these two parents that I had can sit down and have a conversation about a child that was me, that they did not take care of the correct way. Money doesn't make happiness. It provides. But a mother's love and a father's love, that's what gives happiness. And I got deprived from both of my parents. Not just one, but both. So why would I think I'm worth anything if I wasn't worth anything to my parents? Why would I believe that I can achieve anything if I was taught and shown that I can't achieve shit? And these are things that I struggle with on a daily basis, because I'm building up my worth and I know I'm an amazing person. When people get to know me, they be like, damn, I just thought you were a bitch. Correct, that's my defense mechanism. Only the real people can get past that. Only legit people can get past that. Only genuine people can get past that. And sometimes some assholes will slip here or there and they'll get past it. And sometimes some narcissists will slip here and there and they'll get past it. And then I have to deal with the aftermath. But I don't go looking for trouble. I don't go looking for anything. I don't go looking for anyone. Like, even with my child's father, I don't reach out to him. I don't go looking for him. Even when I need something, I don't go looking for him. I try to figure it all out on my own, like always, because every time I've reached out to anybody about anything, it's always crickets or empty promises. Like, and that sucks. That genuinely sucks. Because if I'm keeping my part in my word, then why can't you keep your part in your word? I'm always expected to give. Yes, I'm a giver. Not by choice. That's how I was raised, to give and never take. So that's why when people do something for me, I don't know how to react. I really don't. Like, it puts me in the most awkward situation. Like, if I get a compliment or a gift or something, I really don't know how to act. I don't know how to receive. I do not know how to receive at all, in no shape, way, or form. And it sucks. And it sucks. It really genuinely sucks. Like, even when my kids try to do something for me, I don't know how to receive it. I really don't. Like, I get embarrassed, or I get shy, or I don't know, I just feel like I'm not worth the attention, or worth the time, or worth the effort, you know? Because that's what has been installed and embedded in me my whole life. It can't just change overnight. It's going to take a while for me to get out of this mentality. And then I feel bad because I have another subscriber that's supportive, and I didn't realize that I never like said thanks like on my platform, you feel me? Because I didn't know if that person wanted, you feel me, to be called out or anything. So I never like really said anything on my platforms. But in my heart, you know what I'm saying? In my heart, I'm grateful for any support that we receive, whether it be a like, a share, a subscribe, a follow, a comment, whatever. Like, I'm grateful for all the support we can receive. I just suck at receiving it. I genuinely suck at receiving it. Like, I be receptive and open, but then I don't know how to react after I receive support because I've never been in a situation where I've actually genuinely been supported. You know, where people have actually supported me, and it's hard to be receptive to it if you've never been in those shoes like that. And then I don't like when I know I probably made somebody feel a certain type of way. I've always been that way. Like, I don't like being hurt emotionally or mentally at all, in no shape, way, or form. That's like the worst way you can hurt me. So whenever I feel like I may have done that to somebody else, I beat myself up because I don't like the pain that it causes in me, so I don't like causing that same pain in anyone else. And I guess this is bothering me, which is probably why it's bringing it up. Like, I did text a person because they have my phone number. So I did text a person to kind of like explain, like, there's not that there's no love or anything. It's just, this was a voice note, bro. Like, somebody took their time out of their day to send me a voice note in my podcast. Like, I can add it to my podcast. I can keep replaying it over again. Somebody actually just did like I asked, you know what I'm saying? And it threw me off for a loop. I got so darn hyped. And then when I realized I had like 5 other voice notes from the same person, like, it just built up my vibration because she lives the truth that I live. You know what I'm saying? They live the truth that I live, and they understand it. So the words that were coming were words that were needed. You feel me? Words of support, words to uplift, and I appreciate it. You know, like, I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you that follow. I appreciate all of you that like the videos. I appreciate all of you that share. Like, I appreciate you guys more than I can describe and more than I can explain. I really genuinely appreciate you guys. Like, I really genuinely do. Like, I appreciate you guys heavy, hard, like, hard. Like, I may struggle to put out my content. I may struggle to post. It has nothing to do with you guys. It's all about me and trying to find a way to make my whole life just a lot easier than what it is, and trying to find an out to our situation, and trying to, you know, just be okay. Like, but I appreciate you guys big time. Like, I really genuinely do. Like, for y'all that take the time to watch the videos, that's helping me so I can get my account monetized. I really appreciate the love and the support. I may not act like I do because I don't know how to receive it, but I do. I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, and I put that on my grandparents' grave, and I put that on my seeds. I do. I genuinely do, because I'm not getting it anywhere else. I have like probably 2 people, 3 people, you know, that genuinely like pray for me and provide support. And I don't even know how to receive it when they do it. Like, I don't. It's just me. It's just me. Like, I was it's like I grew up feeling like I wasn't worth people's love, you know, or time or affection or attention. So when it does happen, it's like, whoa, what do I do now? How do I handle this? How do I respond to this? And this whole platform thing, I'm not an extrovert. I'm not an extrovert. I'm an introvert. And I genuinely be honest when I say I don't like people. I really just don't like being around people. I don't like being around strangers. I don't, even the people that I know, I like it from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Unless I need that love and the support physically, like I like to keep it from a distance because I'm also an empath, so I take on people's emotions and feelings, and I'm still trying to learn how to separate my conditions from my empath and separate what are my feelings and my emotions from what I'm feeling from somebody else. So I protect my peace and my aura, and I just stay in my bubble. And I stay to myself. Like, oh man.